Come on. Do it.
What's going on today, guys? I'm Invader and I'm back with another video, and this gameplay that you are about to see right here is me partying up with my shitter account so I can get an easier lobby, because my normal lobbies are absolute fucking AIDS. Just absolute AIDS. I'm playing against every other content creator and their mother, and I'm also running into sweaty fucking G Fuel snorting nerds every game, so I'm partying up with my shitter account. Some people can get upset. I don't really give a shit. But Vanguard itself is a fucking dumpster fire. And they're definitely not testing the games at this point, because if they would have played, I don't know, Vanguard for 5 minutes on the Xbox Series S/X version of the game, they might have been able to spot this issue and, I don't know, fix it. But it's blatantly obvious at this point that they're not playing their games. The game is pretty much unplayable on Series S and X right now due to some like serious graphical issues, and not only that, there's graphical issues on all platforms, but Series X and S seem to be getting the worst of it. Maybe it's also pretty prevalent on Xbox One. I haven't really seen it, but Series X and S, it's an absolute shit show, and it makes me wonder, what the fuck is Sledgehammer doing? And they're definitely not testing the games at this point, because if they would have played, I don't know, Vanguard for 5 minutes on the Xbox Series S/X version of the game, they might have been able to spot this issue and, I don't know, fix it. But it's blatantly obvious at this point that they're not playing their games. And don't get me wrong, I don't think it's just Sledgehammer not playing their own games. I don't think Infinity Ward or Treyarch play their own games, for the fact of that matter. And if they did, they probably don't play them very much, and it's just obvious they don't give a shit at this point, because the product that they continue to turn out year after year is just shit. I understand Call of Duty has always like recycled year to year, but they're recycling the worst things at this point. And on top of it all, this shitty dick in the ass skill-based matchmaking system is making the game even more unplayable. At this point, Call of Duty has become the McDonald's of first-person shooters, because they can turn out whatever shit product they want to, and people will buy it regardless of how bad it is. And I honestly can't think of any redeeming qualities that Vanguard has to offer for the franchise. I don't know, maybe combat pacing? It's the one thing that's nice, but if we're going to be honest, like, Blitz is pretty much like ground war from the old school Call of Duties. Like, it's just a large player count on the same maps, which it's a good feature to have, but this is one of those things that this should have been in the game a long time ago. It really took them this long to be like, hey, maybe some maps should have higher player counts and we should have some different, you know what, play styles or flows to these maps. It took them nearly 14 years to come up with this feature, and it's just higher player counts. It's not like an actual different game mechanic. You know what I mean? It's just lazy shit that's being considered as content at this point. And unless you're making videos for Call of Duty Vanguard, you have no reason to buy or play this game. This is going to be one of the biggest wastes of time you will possibly have if you end up purchasing this game. I've canceled my pre-order already. I've really only pre-ordered just to play the beta early, and I've seen all I've needed to see. The game is a giant pile of shit. Sledgehammer has no idea what they're doing. They're a bunch of incompetent morons. Activision has way too much influence on what is actually going on with the games, especially when it comes to stuff like skill-based matchmaking, and just, it's fucked up that they're trying to make the game more addictive, but in reality, they're making the game less addictive, because anytime I hopped on Cold War or Modern Warfare, I'd play for about 15 minutes, and then I'd just be worn out. You know, I would just be exhausted, because the lobbies I would be getting would be pretty much like CDL scrims. And guys, don't get me wrong, I'm not just shitting on the game to shit on the game. I want Sledgehammer to get this right. I want them to make a good Call of Duty. I just don't think they will. There's very little indication that they will fix the majority of the problems with this game. And there's also no indication that skill-based matchmaking will change. You know, besides the game just sucking, having to play CDL lobbies non-stop just isn't ideal. And I can't think of anybody that has fun playing in those types of lobbies all the fucking time. You know what? But you know what? I think I'm done talking about sbmm. I'm done talking about Vanguard. This game sucks shit through a straw. I'm going to end the video here because I quite frankly don't give a flying fuck. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hit the fucking like button for me, and I will catch you in the next one.